let's say that you wanted to play more than one note per pad. The way you do that in a DrumCat is use the mode called multi-mode. So going back to that kit, I'm going to hold the foot switch down. I'm going to hit pad 6 to get me into edit mode. Remember to release your foot switch. And now, simple as blinking. That's when it plays one note per pad. The multi-mode is the next function over. So I hit that value advance, which is pad number 6, and now the word MUL comes up. That multi-mode is just like simple mode, with the exception is that you can now play 4 notes per pad. So let's just say that I wanted a bass drum and a snare drum at the same time. Well, as we said before, a bass drum is MIDI note number 36. So I'm going to move that cursor down by hitting pad 2, and I'm going to change the value so that it goes backwards, and hit my value advance so it goes down to 36. Now, in order to get that second sound, if you notice on the very top of the screen, after the word MUL, you see the word number 1. That means I'm editing the first sound. In order to get to that second sound, I have to hit pad number 4. This is called the sound advance pad. And now the second sound comes up, MUL2. So if I wanted that to be 38, again, if I hit the value advance pad, I'm going forward, but I want to go backwards, so I hit my pad number 3 and I scoot on down to 38. And that's how you get the second sound, that's how you get the third sound, and that's how you get the fourth sound. You keep on getting the different sounds that you want by hitting the sound advance pad, which is pad number 4, and then in each one of these pads you can assign the MIDI note number, the MIDI channel number, and you can assign the note number, the minimum velocity, the maximum velocity, the curve, and the gate time. But now you'll notice there are 2 things that are different with this screen than you saw on the simple screen, and that one is this. Notice that there is a letter now in front of the channel. There's a B, and if I hit the value advance, there's an N, an R, and an L. This stands for left out, both out, not out, no out, and right out. On the back of the DrumCat, there are 2 sets of MIDI out, a left MIDI out and a right MIDI out. So if I assign that pad multi-4 to R channel 10, that means that only on the right out, the right pair of MIDI outs, is that note going to sound. If I put it on L, that sound's only going to go out the left side. If I do that, that means the pad's going to be dead. There's going to be no sound coming out of either one of the MIDI outs. And finally, I have B for both. The reason for this function is that, let's say you have 2 different drum machines and you wanted to blend 2 different snare drums. So what you may do on multi number 1, you put the left out. Let's say you're going to assign that to channel 11, MIDI note number 38 for your snare drum. And then on the second sound, I'm going to set it to the right channel. I go here, I change the output assignment to right side. I make that channel 10, and now I make that 38. So now you see, there's 38, that's 1 note number going on channel 11 on the left side, and then on the right side we have channel 10, the same note number on a different synth. Now there's one other function in multi-mode that's really kind of cool, and that's called delay. What this means is that when you strike a pad, you can tell it not to play until after that time lapses, and it can go from just a couple of milliseconds up to over 6 seconds. It's a really cool function because you can create rhythms by assigning 4 different pads and giving each a different time period before the note sounds. So you strike the pad once and you can hear as many as 4 sounds per pad.